Morning everyone. So just some knowledge for you. Basically we're getting a lot of people coming in with their MOTs and the cars are failing on the emissions. A lot of people are aware that the rules in our game have changed quite a lot. Now, some people come in and they say, "Oh, you found my car, you've done this, you've done that." We haven't done nothing, right? It's the government that have changed the rules. So, in 2018, in May, they changed the emissions rules. Now, not only as they've changed, basically these emissions really apply for diesels. They're the most polluting, and they're under the assumption that diesel's gonna kill us. But what the average man on the street don't understand, alright, that could be right to a certain extent, but these new cars, they've spent so much money on these depollution filters, DPFs as you probably know them, and CATs. When we do a emissions test, the smoke that comes out of it, or the dangerous stuff that supposedly comes out, reads 0. So a little while ago everyone, we ain't buying diesels, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, I think it was about a year, 18 months later, diesels, they're not that polluting, and then I think people started buying diesels again. But we know, we deal with it every day, right? We get cars in here and we can't even get no readings out of the machine, because basically when you come for MOT, we do the emissions, we give you a printout of what your emissions are. A lot of these cars, we don't give people a printout because there is no printout. So, anyway, to recap, the government have changed the rules on diesel emissions and they've changed the parameters. So, now, when we do an MOT on vehicles, we've got to go to the chassis plate, which every vehicle has got, right? Now, I'm just going to show you our vehicle here, right? Our MOT car, right? That's our car. Now, every car has got a VIN plate, right? Now, you go to the VIN plate. So, there's the VIN plate, right? Now, in the bottom corner, there is a reading, right? Now this reading here is the emissions, what the vehicle is at when it comes out of the factory, right? Now if you look at that, that's the VIN plate, bottom right hand corner, every vehicle's got that, right? So it's 0.52. now so that is emissions reading. Now every vehicle now, diesel, when we do an emissions test, we have got to put that number into the machine. Before, the default reading used to be 3%. So a lot of vehicles, one rev, bang, straight through, give you the ticket. Now, we've got there's our machine now. Now, just to do these new emissions, we've had to buy a new machine. So this lovely bit of kit here, 2018 in May, by September we had to buy a new one. 10 grand, lovely. So now the emissions we have got to put in are off of the vehicle, which come out of the factory, and it should have been 0.52 like that van I just showed you. Now if your vehicle only just went through at 3% at a default last year, you got no chance of it going through this year. It ain't happening. Now before, what they used to do was this scrappage scheme. Yeah, scrap your car, we give you this, we give you that. So a lot of people done that, took advantage of the scheme, and got their motors, got £2 for an old banger. But now what they've done, the government was subsidising it. Now the subsidising is finished, and what they've done now, they want to get old bangers off the street. Hello mate. So what they've done is, they've left it to the customer to make their own decision whether they want to spend thousands of pounds on the vehicle getting it through the test, or go and weigh it in. Clever, aren't they? So that's basically the story behind the emissions. They want to get rid of polluting vehicles and not cost them any money. It costs you money. We've had an old boy, just quickly, had a Merc, just we got it squeezed through last year. I think it was the year before, right? 3%. It come in at 2.9 something, right? So just about coming. I think it was last year. He comes back in. I'll test it, right? We're testing it. It's supposed to, his emission is supposed to be, I think it was about 1 on the new on these new ones, and his was at 4%. No. I like the car. I want it passed. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I said to him, look, sir, we can try, but we ain't guaranteeing anything. He spent £700 and the vehicle still didn't go through. So that's the story behind emissions. It's not us, it's the government. Thanks.